the performance of the platform, the scalability of the platform. If you need line rate performance at gigabit Ethernet in a dense package because you need to be able to service a number of application servers, and in a virtualized world, you need to be able to bring additional performance online and scale by cloning virtual machines to meet the time of day, time of week, or time of month spikes and peaks in that traffic. Well, those are platforms that need to be performant and need to be responsive. If you're looking at it from a unified communications kind of space, right? So you want to look at it from a voice over IP kind of deployment, something of that nature, then one of the things you want to look at is reliability of the platform, the availability of the platform, the performance of the platform, but also things like, okay, what's going on with power over Ethernet? Do I want to do power over Ethernet plus, power over Ethernet 3 kind of an environment because I want to start planning for my internal people to be able to charge lightweight adapters and so on off of the platform? Because one of the things that's changed since voice over IP came into the market is that devices are now powered over the data port, right? So the most frequent deployment today for voice over IP, the voice over IP phone has one cable. That cable connects to the data port, and on power over Ethernet, it gets its functionality there. Well, then you need the background services that go with that. It has to be available. It has to have sufficient power capacity to provide the draw so that as somebody says, oh, they got this really cool cordless headset that I can now, has a little charger base that also plugs into the port and so on, I can have the capacity there to do it. But also things that most people don't think about, like emergency number services. If you're going to be the phone in the cube, right, and your colleague is trying to make a 911 call because he feels the chest pain, he may not have a lot of time, and you need to know that that's traceable back to a physical location, right? People tend not to think about the mobility of their platform in the sense of, I'm calling for help, somebody needs to be able to trace that back and know where I am. But also, if you're going to be the main phone system in the platform, you can't go away. Because if you take the phone system offline, people will come find you physically. Right? That's just how that's going to trace out. So the platforms had to change to become reliable, to become built with all the redundancies in, as well as the scale of power on top of the performance. Because as you unify those communications, the level of rich media that's being sent in these platforms now is much, much higher. That's true in our service provider platforms as well, right? As we see the phone companies and so on move to carrier-based Ethernet platforms, those 3G networks. My colleagues who are completely addicted to their iPhones, because they like the little apps where they can sound sample a song and have it come back and tell them, artist, album. By the way, here's a link to a place where you can buy it and download it to the iPhone kind of thing. Like any other rich or unified communications platform, those applications are only acceptable if they're performant. If they stutter, if they pause. Right now with the college basketball wave, you got boatloads of people trying to watch, right? And if you're watching on a website and you watch 20 seconds of the video and then it pauses while it buffers, oh man, that is so annoying, right? That's the kind of platform, if you're going to have those kinds of applications, you need the back-end performance.